While most Africans were transported across the Atlantic Ocean and into slavery in the Caribbean, South America, and the United States, a part of Canada's history also intersects with what some called that necessary evil. Many, like Richard Pierpoint, who was about 16 years old around 1760, when he was captured in Bondu, in what is now Senegal, were forced into enslavement. Pierpoint received his name from the British officer who purchased him in the Hudson Valley in 1760. Rather than continue as the officer's personal servant, Pierpoint opted to become free by joining the British during the American Revolution. One of the most famous and infamous British provincial regiments in the Revolutionary War was Butler's Rangers. Led by John Butler and joined by other loyalists from upstate New York, the Rangers included among them former enslaved blacks. And Richard Pierpoint was among those who had enlisted. Following the British defeat in the war, many loyalists settled in Upper Canada. Blacks represented about 10% of those who emigrated, helping to settle and build many communities in southern Ontario. For his service, Richard Pierpoint was granted 200 acres of land on 12 Mile Creek in 1788. The usual amount of land granted a private would have been 100 acres, but whether due to special dispensation as a United Empire Loyalist or other factors, he was awarded in land what he had not been granted in title, an extra 100 acres. A percentage of the land grant had to be cleared in order to maintain land ownership, which he likely was able to do in part. Without a large family to carry on the work, this became a challenge for many of the black former soldiers. Some accounts suggest Pierpoint may have had a wife or female partner, but he had no children. Following his service in the American Revolutionary War, he was one of the people who signed the Petition of Free Negroes to Lieutenant Governor John Graves Simcoe, urging the government to consider their needs and position on land grants. While Lieutenant Governor Simcoe had indicated that he would not discriminate by any dishonest policy among the natives of America, Europe, or Africa, this particular request was never supported. It may be the reason that Pierpoint was forced to either sell or abandon his land and assume work as a laborer.